Hello students, welcome to Standard 10 subject Mathematics. This is chapter number 13, surface areas and volumes. We are in the lecture number 4 now, and in this lecture we will see the conversion of solid from one shape to another. As you know, in practical life, so many solids are converted and molded to the another shape. So at that time what we have to understand, it's very simple. If we take the example of liquid first, as you know, from any containers the liquid is poured to the another container, it takes its shape. Similarly for the solid also you can understand, if any solid is molded and given the another shape, so its volume will remain same. This is only the concept in this we have to understand. The volume will be always same. If some solid of one shape is molded and converted into the another shape, so we have to consider that the volumes will be remaining same. So then easily we can understand, and we will do some examples to understand it well. Here example 8 is a cone of height 24 cm and radius of base 6 cm. One conical solid is there whose height is 24 cm and radius of the base is 6 cm given, is made up of a clay, and it is made up of a clay. A child reshapes it into the form of sphere. The child makes it sphere now. The conical it was, now it is made, reshaped that spherical shape by child. Then find the radius of this sphere. So again we will consider that we have talked about in this lecture only, that volume remains same. So first of all we will make it clear that for a cone the height is small h equals to 24 cm given, and the radius of the base is r equals to small r equals to 6 cm given. And this cone is reshaped in the sphere of radius capital R. Suppose the sphere is made and its radius we want to find out, and that radius is capital R. Here don't be confused that this is R radius, this is R radius. This small r radius is of the cone that is given, and this capital R radius of the sphere that is made or reshaped, that is asked in the question, that is we have considered. To make it different, small and capital letters we will use. So here, as I have told, the volume of cone will be equals to volume of sphere, because from the cone only the sphere is made. So volume of a cone equals to volume of a sphere. Now place the formula. Volume of cone, you know the formula, 1 upon 3 pi r square h, equals to volume of the sphere, you know, 4 upon 3 pi r cube. Here for cone the small r as we have taken, and for sphere the radius capital R as we have considered. That is placed. Now simplifications we will do. Both the side pi cancel, both the side upon 3 is cancel. What is remaining? On this side r square h, and on this side 4 r cube. So what is r cube equals to? This 4 is will multiply, will go down to r square h. So this is r square h upon 4. Now place value, r is small r is 6 and its square, so 6 into 6 2 times, and into h is of the cone side 24 and upon 4 as it is. Now calculations one more time, 4 6 are 24, so it is 6 into 6 into 6, it is 6 cube we can write. This is the answer of r cube equals to 6 cube. So what is r equals to 6? Taking both the side cube root. So r equals to 6. This r is actually the radius of the sphere, and that was asked in the question. So the radius of the sphere is 6 cm. Very simply we can find this one. Next example number 9 we have is Selby's house has an overhead tank in cylindrical shape. Selby's house has an overhead tank in cylindrical shape. You know the plastic tanks are coming cylindrical shape that way. So overhead tank is in cylindrical shape. This is filled by pumping water from a sump. What is this sump? Sump is actually underground tank. That underground tank, then water comes in that and we store it. That type of tank is called sump, and it is the shape of cuboidal shaped tank. The underground tank is also called sump, and it is in the shape of cuboidal. An overhead tank from which to be filled with the sump is of the cylindrical shape. The sump has dimensions. Sump means the cuboidal. It will have length, breadth and height. Its dimensions are 1.5 centimeter, 1.44 meter and 95 centimeter. It gives, you can understand, length, breadth and height of the sump of cuboidal tank. And the radius of the overhead tank, that is cylindrical shape, its radius is 60 centimeter and its height is 95 centimeter. Find the height of the water left in the sump after overhead tank completely filled. If the sump is completely filled with the water and we are filling the water in the overhead tank by pumping, after completely filled the overhead tank, some water is left in the sump, and that water's height we want to find out. Find the height of the water left in the sump after overhead tank completely filled. And then we have to compare the capacity of the tank and that of the sump. Compare the capacity of that tank, overhead tank and underground sump. We have to compare the capacities. So these two questions are asked in the question example 9. In this all overall questions, pi equals to 3.14 we have to take, that is also suggested in the question. So first again we will make it clear the dimensions of each of the things here. So in solution, let for the sum that is the underground cuboidal tank, the length, breadth and height. The length, breadth and height, this dimension is given, we have done. Length is 1.57 meter. So if we convert in centimeter by multiplying 100, it will be 157 centimeter. Then breadth is 1.44 meter. Again is converted into centimeter by multiplying 100, 144 centimeter. And h, that is already in centimeter. So h is 95 centimeter as we have written. So all capital letters, length, breadth and height we have used to show the dimension of the sump, that is the underground cuboidal tank. Now for the overhead tank, that is cylindrical in shape in the question given, the radius for the overhead tank r equals to 60 centimeter and its height is by denoted as small h for the overhead tank and it is 95 centimeter it is given. So these two tanks are given and the dimensions we have mentioned with the usual notations. For some, the capital letters we have used, for the overhead cylindrical tank, the small letters we have used. Now it is the question about left water in the sump. You know, the sump is in the shape of cuboidal tank. If we remove the water, means the water is pumped and pumped to fill the overhead tank. So whatever the water will be left in the tank, in the sump, because the water is in the sump, it will take the shape of its sump, and sump is cuboidal only. So the left water's shape is also cuboidal. With the cuboidal tank's length will be as it is length 157 centimeter. Length of the left water is 157 centimeter only, and its breadth will also be 144 centimeter because this water is in the sump only. Only the height of the water will be reduced. You can understand. And that new height is h dash we have considered, that we need to find out. This h dash is the questions, the height of the water left in the sump. This you want to find out. Here one more thing is clear, that the overhead tank is filled with the water of the sump. So the volume of the left water in the sump, how much water will be left in the sump, is equals to the volume of the full water in sump, minus volume of tank, because volume of tank is also completely filled with this water. So total volume of the sump, from that the volume of the overhead tank which is filled with this sump water, if we subtract, the left water's volume will get. So volume of left water in the sump is equal to volume of full water in the sump and minus volume of the water in the tank, completely filled tank. So volume of left water in sump is in the shape of cuboid. It is cuboid. So its volume will be L into B into H dash, because from left waters the dimensions are L, B and H dash, equals to volume of the full water in the sum is again cuboid, but this time the full water is there. So its dimensions will be, length will be the same, capital L, breadth will be the same, and height will be the total height, capital H, with the notations, minus volume of tank is cylindrical, so, and cylindrical's volume is pi r square H, that we have taken, because for cylinder small r and small h, and its volume will be pi r square because it is cylindrical shape. So all the things we have to take carefully here. Now place the value. This L, capital B are 157 and 144, and this H dash is actually the height of the left water in the sum that we want to find out, so it is kept as it is, because so this LBH again is 157, 144 and 95, minus this pi is 3.14 we have to take, into r square is 60, so 60 square into H is 95. This way we have placed all the values. Now simplification is done here. To remove this point 3.14 we have taken 100 down there, and then by 2 we can cancel this. As you know, 2 50s are 100 and 2 157s are 314. By 2 we can cancel up and down. And more simplification, 157 into 144 H dash equals to 157 into 95. You can see in these two terms 157 into 144 into 95 minus 157 into 60 square into 95 upon 50. So here in both the terms 157 and 95 is common. So that is taken common, 157 into 95 common taken. From this term 157 and 95 is common, so remaining 144 minus here 157 and 95 is common. What is remaining? 60 square up and down there 50. This way. Now more simplifications here. 157 into both the sides will cancel. So the remaining is 144 H dash equals to 95. In the bracket 144 as it is. This 60 whole square can be written as 60 means 12 5s are 60. And 60 square means 12 square and 5 square both. This also we can cancel. 5 square 25 2s are 5 square is 25, 25 1s are 25, 25 2s are 50 this way. And 12 square is 144. So here 144 H dash equals to 95 as it is. Again this 144 minus 144 upon 2. So 144 is common. Here remaining 1 minus here remaining 144 is out. So 1 by 2. Then again on both the sides 144 is cancelled. Then H dash equals to, this is 95, and in the bracket 1 minus half. 1 minus half is half only. 1 minus 1 by 2 is 1 by 2 only. So 95 into 1 by 2. That means you can understand 95 is divided by 2, and it is divided by 2, then it will give 47.5. So this 47.5 is actually, so the height of the left water shows. So height of the left water is 47.5 centimeter. This is the first answer we got. Now we want to compare the capacities of tank and sum. So capacity of tank upon capacity of sum. Because capacity of tank is cylindrical, the volume of cylinder is pi r square h up and down. Capacity of sum is cuboidal. Its volume is capital L B. H we have to place all the values. Pi is 3.14, r square means 60 into 60 into h is 95. This L, B and h. To remove this 3.14 point, we have taken 100 here, and this L, B and h are L, B and h for the sum bar 157, 144, 95. 157, 144, 95. All we have placed. Now more simplifications here. As we can understand, 95 totally cancel. Then 157 twos are 314 euro. Then this 1 0 and this 1 0 cancel. This another 0 cancel. Okay. Then what is remaining here? 6 6 are 36. Twos are 6 6 are 36. Twos are 72. And 72 twos are 144. So up there nothing is remaining. So 1 and down there 2 remaining. So 2. So it is overall simplification is 1 by 2. This 1 by 2 is actually the capacity of tank upon capacity of sum. So you can understand capacity of tank is half of the capacity of sum. So that is here we have finally written. So the capacity of the tank is half the capacity of the sum. This is the comparison of the capacities of tank and sum. Tank's capacity is half, overhead tank's capacity is half than the sum. For this very carefully we have to calculate it in simplification also. If we take care, so no need of multiplying everything and getting in trouble or getting it very complex. We can simplify this step by step very easily and we can get our answer. Next example 10 we have a copper rod of diameter 1 centimeter and length 8 centimeter is drawn into a wire of length 18 meter of uniform thickness. One copper rod is there, thick rod is there, copper wire, and its diameter, copper rod's diameter is 1 centimeter and length is 8 centimeter. That means it is indicating that the copper rod is cylindrical. Then only it is having diameter and length. And from this rod, it is drawn into a wire. Wire also cylindrical, having the small thickness. So, and its length, wire's length is 18 meter with some uniform thickness. Find the thickness of the wire. Thickness of the wire is actually the diameter of the wire we want to find out here. So that is only the solution is that for the rod, that is copper rod, it is cylindrical and its diameter d equals to 1 centimeter given. If diameter d equals to 1 centimeter, therefore radius will be half of the diameter, d by 2 is 1 by 2 centimeter. And the length, the rod's length, we can consider the height of the cylinder as, so length is actually the height is small h equals to 8 centimeter. It is given of the rod. And it is drawn into a wire. From this rod, it is drawn into the wire and wire is also cylindrical. For that the dimensions are, its length is given, wire's length, it is also, for the wire's length also can be considered as the height of the cylinder in the wire case. It is capital H, we denote it differently for the wire, capital H equals to 18 meter given. Because centimeter and meter both are given, so we to convert in one, to remain in one unit only, we have changed this meter into centimeter. 18 meter, that means 100 multiply 1800 centimeter. To convert the meter into centimeter, 100 multiply, that is done. And the thickness of the wire, that means the diameter, and that is capital D we have taken because diameter of the rod is small d. So diameter of the wire is capital D we have considered. That we want to find out. The thickness of the wire, that is the diameter of the wire, that is capital D, we have to find in this question. And therefore, if the thickness of the diameter of the wire is capital D, its radius we will take as capital R. Right? And that will be d by 2. Again, the same concept here in conversion of solids. If from the rod the wire is made, what will be equal? The volume of the copper rod will be equal to the volume of copper wire. So that is here taken, volume of the rod equals to volume of wire. Both the shapes are cylindrical, so the answer, the formula will be same. Volume of cylinder pi r square h. In rod case, for the rod we have taken the small letters, radius r, small h. So small pi r square h, small letters of r and small letters of h showing the volume of rod equals to this pi r square h is for the wire, that is also cylindrical, but its radius and height are different, so we have taken in capital letters as we have taken in the assuming part that we have placed for volume of wire, pi r square h. Both the side formula are same, but their radius and height are different. So for rod case, the radius is small r, height is small h, here we have taken, and for wire case, radius is capital R and height is capital H that we have placed. Now simplification is both the side pi cancel. Here we have r square h and here also we have r square h in capital. So this r square, capital R square equals to this capital H will be down to r square h. So small r square h upon capital H. Now place all the values. This small r, that is 1 by 2, is square, that means 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, 2 times your 2 by 2, into small h is 8 upon capital H is 1800 in centimeter unit, all we have written. So simplifications are 2 2s are 4 down and 4 2s are 8. So 2 will be here, then 2 1s are 2 and 2 9s are 18 and double 0. So we will have 1 upon 900. This 1 upon 900 can be written as 1 upon 30 square. 1 is 1 square and 30 square 900. This is the answer of r square. So both the side if we take root, square root. So this r square becomes r and this 1 by 30 square becomes 1 by 30. This is actually the radius of the wire. So its diameter will be, diameter d equals to double of the radius we know, d equal to 2r. So 2 into r is 1 upon 30. We can cancel here, 1 by 30 into 2 will be 2 1s are 2, 2 15s are down. So it is 1 upon 15, and 1 upon 15 can be simplified. 1 divided by 15 will give approximately 0.67. This is D, capital D. D is the thickness of the wire. So the thickness of the wire is 0.67 in centimeter unit. So this is the thickness of the wire we get. In all these examples, one thing is very clear, we have to understand that volume of any solid or liquid or any object or here will be always equal to the another solid or liquid in which it is converted or reshaped or drawn like this. So that concept you have to understand, and with that you can solve this type of conversion type of questions. So understanding this, you write down it very well, understand it, and after this example 10, example 11 you have, and then exercise 13.3 you have. So you are suggested to do it as homework, solve and complete example 11 and exercise 13.3, in which these all type of questions will be there. Thank you.